When I say that I've wanted to put off filming this video now for literally weeks, I didn't even want to film it. Like, I had to force myself today to just get up, throw on this fabulous horse vest from Eddie Bauer, and film the world's most embarrassing failed unboxing. Today is the day. Today, I am finally getting it done. It's been a roller coaster of emotions with this bag, which sounds so stupid, but as bag collectors, we get it, and I'm going to explain it a little bit more here in a moment. But I have not one failed Celine unboxing item. I have two. To kick off 2025, we are going to have a failed double Celine unboxing. This time, the bag gods were not smiling on me, and I got burned in a big way. So let me set the stage. You all know how much I love the Celine Boogie Bag. In fact, it is one of my favorite silhouettes. I mean, it is perfection, it is classic, it is simple. This is back from when Michael Kors was the lead creative director over at Celine, which, if Caleb Snell putting out a full video dedicated to Michael Kors wasn't on your 2025 bingo card, hey, stranger things have happened. But today we're focusing on the Celine aspect of things. I just love this bag, so much so I have it in 3 different colorways. We have the black classic leather along with the very amazing rugged boogie for mountaineering or horseback riding. We also have the Celine Boogie Nights that Charlotte wore in Sex and the City, so I already have a pretty good Celine Boogie collection, and I thought that this would be the cherry on the cake. No, it's not the ostrich that we're looking for. When I tell you how much I searched for this bag, you're not going to believe me, because trust me, it is a gorgeous bag, but it is not for me, which is so disappointing. But let's get into it. So first of all, this was a complete set, and it's an incredibly rare 2009 autumn-winter Phoebe Philo's very first collection with the brand. It's so beautiful, but I'm going to unpack all the emotions here in just a moment for you. But I was able to get my hands on. Is it just another Celine Boogie? No, no, no. When have you ever known me to do anything small? I got my hands on the autumn-winter 2009 Fringe Boogie from Phoebe Philo's very first collection with the brand. And not only did it have the dust bag, oh no, the fun does not stop there. No, no, no. It also came with all of the paperwork. So in here, we have the original booklet on Celine leathers and whatnot. We have the card from where this was originally sold at the Gardens, wherever that's located. In September of 2010, this bag literally sat in a showroom for a full year before getting picked up. Then we also have the original tags. Sadly, the price is not listed on here. Otherwise, I would share that with you. Surprisingly enough, though, this bag is made of lambskin suede, accented in calfskin, and lined in 100% silk. And this lining, you guys, is stunning. So all the bags from this collection had this gorgeous gold interior. They came in 2 colorways primarily. This is the gray. It also came in a gorgeous chocolate version. You're probably looking at it, you're like, that is a Caleb Snell bag if I ever saw one, through and through. And you're not wrong, but it's not love. It's not. So I unboxed this bag. Gosh, I think I bought this over Christmas break. It's been sitting in my living room now for like a week or so. I had already forgotten about it, which is not a good sign when you buy a brand new bag. Well, brand new not in the literal sense. It's literally 15 years old at this point. You know, when you buy a new bag, you're excited to use it. You have it out. You haven't put it away in the closet yet. It's not in the closet yet. You're looking at the bag. You're trying it on with different outfits before you leave. Then you just imagine, you know, like what wallet am I going to carry with this? Honestly, I have a vintage Balenciaga that would look pretty fire with this. A handful of good wallets, but that's not why we're here. You're just imagining like this beautiful life. Like, where am I going to take this bag? What vacation would I take it on? What restaurants do I want to take this to? Would this be a good bag for shopping in the spring, or should I save it for the fall? Those kind of things. And with this bag, I literally sat it down and forgot about it. Well, first of all, we had to go through the triathlon of cleaning this poor thing. So literally, when this arrived, all of this gorgeous fringe was like matted up, like really matted up dog hair. It was awful. So I literally had to comb it out and get out my flat iron and flatten out each of these strands of fringe. The before photos do not do it justice. Like, this bag looked horrible when I unboxed it. Well, I'd say I unboxed it, but even though I requested a box, they sent it in a padded mailer. You know I hate that. And then it was a completely different color. This bag, you guys, was so dirty. It was literally brown. I knew it was gray, but as I was cleaning it, I'm going to show you a photo here. You'll see on the right side of the bag that it's literally this color now. On the left side of the bag, it's the color that originally came in. I put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this bag. Full set, gorgeous golden silk lining. I just don't feel anything for it. You know what I mean? And to add insult to injury, kind of after I filmed my bags I bought in 2024 video with literally 22 bags, like, who does that? That is way too many bags. I was like, you know what? I am such an advocate for quality over quantity. And even though I got some amazing quality pieces, I did the math. I literally could have bought another Birkin. Instead of 22 bags that I'm going to struggle to carry on a regular basis, I could have another Birkin. I'm like, you know what? With that mindset, like I cannot, two reasons. I can't afford to keep this bag because I don't have the real estate in my closet. And secondly, like it just doesn't make sense to have a fourth boogie when I love the other three so much. And I just have that original feeling of pulling this out of the padded mailer, being disappointed in its condition, spending so much time cleaning it. I don't feel anything for it. It's a complete set. Like I should be over the moon, right? And I kid you not, I searched for a year for the Fringe Boogies. There's like one on Instagram in brown that sold in like 2022. And then after a lot of like Google searching, Google image search, typing in different phrases like Fringe Celine bag with fringe, gray suede Celine bag, I finally tracked this down on a website I had never used before. After all that work, I don't think I love it. Now, part of it could also be the fact that I already have 2 suede Celine Boogies in my collection. Do I really need a third right now? Especially when I run an ad like either the ostrich or the alligator or the shrunken calfskin one with the pockets that I showed you guys in my wish list video. Would this make sense in my collection if it's just going to sit there? It doesn't. So sadly, this is going to go over to my website, curatedbycaleb.com. We're going to have a whole new drop of items. There's going to be probably close to 10 new pieces hitting the website. Of course, members get a full-time discount on my website, so make sure you join the membership if you want early access, sneak peeks, and all that jazz. But this Celine Boogie is going to be hitting the website. Before you ask, I mean, I'm sure I could try and return it, but I didn't clean their bag for free just to send it back to them, so that's kind of off the table at this point. It hurts. It really, because like you get excited, like you're dreaming up all the new things that you could do with this new bag, or maybe that's just me and I'm weird, but I feel like as bag collectors, you kind of get it. Like you envision the perfect bag or what you thought would be the perfect bag, and then when it doesn't pan out, it's a huge disappointment. So I was kind of like, I don't want to kick off 2025 with a down in the dumps kind of unboxing, and then the second item came in, and I'm like, okay. I just have to film this because this is such a roller coaster of emotions. All right, let's put this up on the shelf and dive into the second package. And then this comes in. But before we dive into this though, hey guys, my name's Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content every single week. So if that's something you're into, hit the subscribe button down below. Consider joining the membership for extra perks, access, members meetups, the Discord, and the big discount over at my website, curatedbycaleb.com. This is your first time to my channel. I usually have much better luck than this when I'm unboxing a new bag, but maybe my luck ran out for 2025. Maybe this is a sign to really pump the brakes and only add 1 or 2 pieces. If you're interested in seeing what pieces I want to add, go back and rewatch my wish list video if you haven't watched it already. It's a ton of fun, and I'd love to hear your input on the bags I have my eye on. But I thought, you know what, Caleb Snell, you don't have enough wallets. You have an entire drawer dedicated to wallets, but you need one more, right? I needed a Celine wallet to go with all these gorgeous Celine bags. So mad at myself. So I bought this. Luckily, it was a decent price point, and both of these are going to be a decent price point over on my website when it gets listed. But needless to say, this is getting listed as well. I picked up the 2005, I believe that's at least the year this collection was introduced, shrunken calfskin long wallet. And I was like, you know what, go with a nice neutral color, especially with the shrunken calfskin Celine Boogie that I want to add in the future. So I went with this nice tan. I don't know why. This isn't even my style of wallet. I like to open my wallet and it's kind of like all there in a line. I can see everything like my Hermes Baron wallet or my Louis Vuitton Brazza wallet. But I did this. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't even like these kind of wallets. With this one, you have 6 credit card slots here, 2 card slots up here, plenty of different compartments. There's a zipper compartment as well. There's a beautiful moire fall lining inside as well. And overall, it is a gorgeous wallet. Gold hardware, which you all know I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to hardware with my bags. So in my Celine collection, I have 2 with silver hardware. Well, technically 3 with silver hardware until someone buys this Fringe Boogie from me. 1 with rose gold hardware, and I went with gold hardware. I don't know. Don't ask me why. This is also going to be going into the sale. With this upcoming launch with curatedbycaleb.com, or this new drop, I should say, there is going to be a little bit of everything. There's going to be some Marc Jacobs, some Kate Spade, a lot of Coach. There might be a couple new Dooney and Burks, of course, the Celine bag. And then I'm also going to be adding a few pieces from my closet as well. There's already a few pieces on there right now, like my Louis Vuitton Danube, my Sade clutch from YSL. I think there's some Balenciaga, some Gucci on there. Why did I do this? I don't even like this layout of wallet. Okay, enough. We're going to unpack my closet and where we're going in 2025 a little bit. So with my collection in 2025, I have a lot of bags. I have an entire walk-in closet off of this room, and then I have more in my own closet off our primary suite. How many bags does one person need? Like, truly, honestly, I think I would be so happy if I can get my collection down to like 20 or 30 bags. I know that sounds like a lot. I have a lot of really good bags in my collection that I don't want to part with, so whittling it down to even just like 50 or 60, I would be incredibly happy. Also, I kind of want to free up the funds and just get like something incredibly special, like in my wish list. I talked about maybe another Birkin or another Kelly or just another Hermes bag in general. Love my Lindy. If I got another Lindy in another color or material, ostrich Lindy, that would be absolutely fabulous. I also want the Ralph Lauren Ricky in the alligator, or maybe buying one brand new in store, which is usually about like $3,000. So to have a whole bunch of bags right now in my closet just doesn't make sense. I've only been reaching for like the same select few on rotation, so I think I'm at a point where I could say goodbye to quite a few. Coming up January 20th, we're going to be having a sit down live where we're going to feature a lot of the bags that are already up on the website, curated by caleb.com. A few of the new pieces, I want to have at least 10 to drop for you guys, so that way there's something new on the website. I'm going to try and do either monthly or bi-monthly or even like once a quarter as we, go up a little bit more in higher brands and whatnot on the website. So I want to make sure that there's always something new to kind of keep everybody's interest piqued. Even though the Celine Boogie didn't work out for me, it's going to work out for someone else. Listen, I cannot tell you enough how much I love the Celine Boogie. Actually, just seeing this black one out back here, I'm like, with this outfit, the horse vest, like, hello, kind of a vibe, right? God, this is a good bag. This is like the perfect size for like going to lunch, brunch, or even dinners. I mean, it's a little big for dinner, but it's still such a good bag. I absolutely love the Celine Boogie. It's just the gray with French was not for me. Now, that's not to say if I didn't find another one down the road that didn't have these same issues, the bad shipping, the cleaning, the hair straightener. I literally used my chi to straighten out French on a handbag. That's what it came to. I would be open to buying it, especially in the brown colorway, because listen, this Phoebe Philo collection was her very first at Celine, so she's still kind of taking over. I'm going to be a really bad fashion historian because I cannot remember for the life of me the person or two people that took over after Michael Kors before they found Phoebe. She was kind of taking over what they had kind of gotten away from with the Michael Kors era, which was absolutely perfect. Like, he helped put Celine on the map. Like, everyone gives Phoebe Philo the credit. Be so serious. It was the jet set era of Michael Kors, but that's an argument for another day. Celine kind of came in. It was like right at the tail end of the housing crisis, 2008, 2009. So to take an ailing luxury brand, turn it around and did what she did with it, absolutely phenomenal. And I was so excited to have, a bag that I absolutely love, the Boogie from the Phoebe Philo era, with fringe, with suede, with gold silk interior, not satin or sateen, literally silk. It was going to be like the pinnacle Boogie in my collection before I got the ostrich anyway. And it's just been a huge fail for me. Someone else is going to benefit from my bad luck. Anyway, guys, I hope your 2025 has started off better than mine as far as handbags go. It was just a big fail for me anyway. So guys, until next time, stay safe, have fun. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.